What is good, everyone? I am BA, back once again with another reaction in the Wire series. This is episode 9 of season 2 and it is called Straight Rounds. Last episode, a lot of shit really fucking changed the course of this season last episode. Like, you assumed it was just gonna be another standard operation, slowly gaining intel, slowly moving their way into things, but because Frank has so quickly clocked what is going on and alerted the Greek, who knows how this is going to hinder their investigation from here. I can't see them being able to still tap the warehouse line. I can't see them still being able to follow disappeared cargo crates. These are all things that could be changed to make them more covert again. And I just don't see Frank or the Greek being stupid enough to ever do any of those things again. So I do not know how they're going to progress this case forward from here. Of course, the only other way they can get in is the card that they got, that McNulty's got. If there's still some way that McNulty can get in to see the girls and see the arrangement, even if they're no longer in the warehouse, they're going to know where these girls are stored and they're going to know where they get moved to after their shift's kind of finished and where they're held. So maybe this card McNulty's got is going to be the one thing they have just now which can move the case forward, because aside from that, I see them as being quite fucked. Evidence-wise, like, this shit's all gonna disappear from here, and they ain't really got nothing concrete thus far. Yeah, I think a lot of this episode is gonna rely on whether or not McNulty does well when he goes to this meeting from the phone number with Eve. Also, it's quite a small sub-story, but it could spiral into some big shit. Like, I loved how much we focused on the terraces last season. The one thing that I feel like's missing from this season almost is the terraces being the way they were. And anytime we see the terraces now, it fucking depresses me. It's just Bodhi and Poot desperately watching their territory slip away from them due to their inferior product. But last episode that kinda came to a head because these guys had tried to move in on one of their corners and Bodhi and the gang held it by force. These guys said they're coming back, and if they come back, who knows what level of severity it is. It could be a bat fight, could be knives, could be someone getting shot in the fucking head, so that shit could spiral out of control real quick. Aside from that, yes, it took me 2 episodes to stop being furious about it, but I would like to see more progression with Avon in jail. I feel like there's almost less reasons to see Avon this season now that D'Angelo isn't in jail with him, and I really hope we see as much of Avon as we have so far every now and again in prison. So hopefully we still get to focus on Avon even though D'Angelo has now passed away. And yes, of course, I hope Stringer gets killed every episode. It's not going to be this episode, but yeah. Here's hoping he gets shot in his fucking brilliantly accented face. Also, earlier in this season, it introduced that Omar now had this new gang. You know, he had his new boyfriend and then these 2 other women are coming into the fold. But we ain't seen them for a few episodes again, so I'm kinda missing Omar. I hope the writers know that, and know that this is the episode to bring Omar back for those that are currently missing him. I've been hyped for this shit all week regardless. This is episode 9 of season 2, Stray Rounds. Let's check it out and see what is saying to it. I take it Bodhi's feeling quite victorious because he doesn't see them other dealers on the corner this morning.
So this the high test? Same shit, new name. You be alright.
At least they're being honest with him. Same shit, new name. But again, how long can they hold these corners with inferior product? That guy's gonna try that thing once and be like, oh, this is not the same shit. Fuck the west side, I'm going over east. And Proposition Joe makes another customer.
You got the chrome, youngin'?
Uh-oh. So they're coming back with guns. This might get fucked.
Y'all mind the crossfire here? Let's go.
Ah, shit. I thought this might turn into some gang knives and bats shit. I was worried that they would just come back with heat. I hope they don't shoot Bodhi, man. I can take Poot getting shot. No offense, Poot. Uh-oh.
Yo, slide off.
One of them. Oh, nice. Bodhi's got a gun. We're okay. It's the most uncoordinated gunfight of all time. No one has the balls to look at what they're shooting at. I mean, surely no one's getting hit in this exchange. This gunfight is so hilarious because of its realisticness. They're all so terrified that they're like ducking while they're shooting, eyes closed while they're shooting. That was like a best case scenario gunfight. No one got hit, we're fine.
Drama done with, boy. You gotta get your bags and get yourself to school.
And it just shows how hard it is for kids in that area. Like, that mum's telling her kids, like, you need to get ready for school. There's fucking, like, 80 gunshots.
Come on now, the drama's done.
Fuck off. Duh, fuck off. Tell me this kid ain't dead.
I told you, you gotta get rid.
Oh my fucking god, that's dark. Oh, that's so fucked up, man. But that took a absolutely dark turn. Feel bad for fucking enjoying that gun battle so much now. I was enjoying it because of its lack of accuracy and the fact no one was getting hit. I mean, obviously, you know, them bullets are going somewhere, and one went through the wall into that house. What a dark, dark intro. Whose gun did that? Does it matter? Will someone be held accountable for that? There was like 8 of them firing shots. The bullets are traceable back to one gun. Is he any more or less guilty than anybody else? Do you know what I mean? I didn't even see if it cut to like a window taking a shot from someone's gun. At the time, I was just like enjoying the fact that we're missing all the people on the street. Did someone's gun specifically take the window out and kill that person? It doesn't matter. It was an accident no matter who did it, but Jesus Christ, Weil. Talk about flipping a dude's mood 180, man. I was like, just sat down, first scene of the week, just enjoying myself. Well, all I can say is, like, that's a real thing that happens. I mean, just imagine what the parents think in situations like that. Ah, fuck. That's all I've got to say about that. So fucked up.
Looking for my lazy boys. 5 of them you got for me, right? That shipment is tomorrow. Got it.
That's what the Newkirk warehouse was giving us a few days back. Straight to the point drug talk.
They're still able to decode that so easily though. Like, surely if they wanted, they could go bust Prop Joe, like, tomorrow, just from that conversation.
Kirk and Carver, we've been sitting on that warehouse every minute since we followed that truck off the docks.
No players coming in or going out.
Yeah, it's called going dark. It's what happens when you show your hand.
Cargo must have spooked him.
That's what did it. We fucked ourselves over nothing. They dumped that can as a misdelivery.
At least Daniels knows that they were aware.
Sitting inside that place, turning away calls, waiting us out.
I mean, they kinda are 100% onto them though. Like, they know the warehouse is being monitored too. They ain't giving them nothing at the warehouse for the time being. But yeah, how long does waiting someone out last? How long is a detective unit able to stay in a sleeper cell state while the criminals are chilling on their side before they get just the case closed? Also, I hope that round is not traced back to Bodie's gun.
Even the district commander would be there within minutes. I guess we're living in a brave new world.
I was in Washington with Burrell when I heard.
D.C.? What for?
I did think that, like, Rawls was doing it out of his morality when he showed up to Kima's crime scene last season, but I'm assuming that's just like your duty when something significantly fucked up happens, like a cop being shot or an innocent kid being hit by a stray round.
We're gonna canvass hard, but your people in tactical should hit the area drug corners and collect bodies.
Fucking pointless.
I was just about to say that. That dude literally took those words out of my mouth. Who is that gonna fucking catch?
You said that.
I said change the name of our product. I didn't say nothing about taking people off a corner.
Look, man, we done changed the name of that weak shit so many times that don't nobody come down to the towers no more.
Yeah, I mean, Bodie had to let those guys on the corner go because they weren't selling to anybody.
It's us. The mother niggas was going wild though. I mean,
You know the cops is gonna have to bang some heads on this one. They got to.
So Stringer knows.
This here game is more than the rep you carry, the corner you hold. You gotta be fierce, I know that. But more than that, you gotta show some flex.
What would Stringer want him to have done in that situation though, when there was just people taking over the corner right in front of his face? If he'd have phoned Stringer with that problem, what would Stringer have advised?
Call that nigga Shamrock and drive all that chrome over to the harbor.
Over to the harbour. Are we finally connecting the fucking docks to Bodie and shit and Stringer? Because so far they have been disconnected. It would be quite funny if this was the thing that ended up linking it all. Well, not funny, but you know, interesting. Oh my god. Fucking hell, Bodie, that ain't good, mate. Well, that's getting found. You better hope it's getting found by the Greek. If it's getting found by any sort of honourable boat worker, you are so fucked.
I'm kinda small time, huh?
He's like a little bit deep. You're not so big, but you're among friends.
Was he trying to get in on him with the dope dealing?
This white Mike?
You know him? from Curtis Bay. Yeah, I went to Southern High School with the guy.
Oh wow, he went to Southern High School with one of the top heroin dealers on the east side. Shit.
If there's a problem, they'll stop the trucks, or we will see the police. If not, no more worries.
It's not the most foolproof plan. Like, I understand what the Greeks are saying. Like, if you're in this, you have to try and figure out a way to keep it moving. But at the same time, man, they ain't really chilled out at all. What was that? A week? A couple days? Here comes the police kickback.
Hey, where you guys going? Come on, you know the deal.
This is the exact same shit as like when Kima got shot, man. The police just flexing for no other reason than so they can report to the papers like, you know, a kid was shot and we're on it. It's the illusion of order and chaos when there is none.
Man, I'm clean, you hear me?
What are you doing in the pit then?
Saying no to drugs.
Saying no to drugs. Again, like, how many times are we gonna see the pit just get raided for like civilians and shit? It must suck living there.
What exactly is it that we're doing?
Even he knows this is some fucking weird, pointless shit, man.
It's a good day to be an Eastside nigga, I gotta say. Thing is, it ain't gonna happen like that if I take you up on...
Oh, Stringer's just visiting Proposition Joe all the time now, yeah? Best friends over here.
Avon a soldier. That's who you want with you when the shit fly. But as far as business go...
I fucking knew he was gonna end up snaking Avon and doing what with Prop Joe.
You could have 734, 770, and 221. I keep the other three. How you gonna tell it to Avon?
That's literally a 50-50 split of the towers, man.
He gonna hear something when it makes sense. Right?
Fuck you, Stringer. You just continue to be a bigger and bigger snake every fucking episode. Avon's out here doing his time. You're out on the outside snaking him with his primary competition. You saw that basketball game. You know how much he fucking hates Prop Joe.
Thought you was in with Nick. Fuck Nick. Said he was his other half. I don't want his fucking money.
This duck must be a fucking alcoholic by now.
Sick, you spent all last year fucking around with White Mike, you remember that? Hey, a man can grow.
So if we met White Mike, I don't remember Ziggy going and hanging with White Mike ever.
Fuck if I wouldn't give my right leg for a shot in the beer. You Charles in the house.
My man, leg removed, just back in the bar, reppin'.
Thing is, you know you gotta let go of your name.
Say what?
Yeah, do Charles don't work no more for a one-legged fuck. Yeah, maybe so.
Oh, you know what? Peg.
As if they're trying to give him some fucked up nickname, but then at least they can all laugh about it. This is like an interesting insight into their mentality and way of life. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, when you're on the breadline, you take way more things on the chin. This would be psyche destroying to somebody who was living a different life than these guys. But my man, leg off, I need to go back to the bar and see my people, you know, and they all laugh about it and straight away humanize it and let them know nothing's different. In some ways, it's a brilliant mentality to live your life with. Makes you a bit bulletproof, do you know what I'm saying?
You sucked. I mean, really.
Fuck if I thought I was gonna be interrogated. I mean, Christ, I'm just a guy looking to get laid, right?
Yeah, but also you've just fucking had a major surveillance thing on them, so they've obviously told the girls to ask 20 questions to all the Johns now as well, further shielding themselves.
Hey, fuck nuts. Fuck is wrong with you?
What the fuck? Ziggy, you can't fight, mate. You need to stop swinging on people. What the fuck is wrong with him?
What's up with my cousin?
Don't even talk to me about that asshole.
What happened in the fucking
Drank himself to death.
Fuck off! What the fuck is this show fucking doing to me today, man? Fuck that. Fucking hell. I fucking hate animal cruelty. I love animals. I do eat meat. I would hunt if I was starving, but all aside from that, man, all creatures great and small, I don't want to see that shit. That's fucked up, man. And I also in some way feel bad for Ziggy. Yes, he was being a fucking idiot giving the duck alcohol, but it was the one time I seen him like trying to just be cool with the people at the bar and like not be a dick. That's almost unfortunate because that's gonna ruin him as well.
They're doing their distribution somewhere else for now.
Which is why job one is to get back to a good phone.
The same PC that got you on that warehouse phone will get you anywhere else you want to go.
Literally, they've got the okay from the district attorney, but they need a number. And Frank's not using his phone, the warehouse people ain't using their phones. I mean, the phone they want is the Greek's sidekick guy.
McNulty and Griggs have a line into the prostitution ring. But so far, the people handling the girls have been a little cautious about fresh jobs. So we're gonna need a new angle there.
It looks like it might have to be Kima after all. That would be interesting.
You do any accents? English, British, Scottish, something like that?
Crikey. I was looking to get a little hanky-panky.
What I like about that is that's an Englishman pretending to be an American doing an impersonation of an Englishman. And that was good, because that is how, like, non-English people impersonate the accent. Here's a tip. It's all about subtlety. So when you're impersonating the accent, first remember all the ridiculous things that you focus on to make it sound like it, but then dial it down and make it more casual. And that is more accurate than the crikey. It's just crikey. See what I'm saying? It's a tonal thing sometimes. Plus, no English person says fucking crikey anymore. Jesus Christ.
We will settle for half of what we agreed because 400,000 Talaria is still a lot of money.
The Greek will be angry.
This is business, Ethan. The Greek, he will be smart.
Who were they discussing that payment with? I missed the very first few words of that conversation, so I don't know if they mentioned a name. But I know the Greek likes his shit the way it is, so I don't know if he'll like a half an amount pay cut.
Yeah, well, you tell the mayor we're still working without an eyeball witness.
How about the street talk?
I get a couple of mentions of a 17-year-old street named Bodie. Narcotics has him as Preston Broaddus.
So out of every single person in that gun battle that fired a shot, Bodie's the one who's been unlucky enough to get put on paper. That's fucked. I mean, I hope it wasn't Bodie's shot that killed the kid, but even if it was, like, it could have been anyone and it was an accident either way. That's the byproduct of having a gun battle in a fucking populated area.
Roadsters, sedans, cabriolets. I got them brand new with the keys in the ignition. Nothing stripped.
Off the docks.
No shit off the docks. What the fuck do I look like, a fucking car dealer?
So Ziggy's using this dead duck as motivation to get back into hustling for himself? I don't like this, because behind that facade of confidence and knowing what he's doing is just an immature little fucking idiot still. You can't have that much character progression.
Shame we're not up on a good phone right now. Be nice to tickle the wire when we raid the brothel.
Little luck. Maybe we get back up before then.
Couldn't this create some sort of problem, McNulty having to actually physically wear a wire while meeting a woman who is planning on making him remove his clothing? There might be additional security measures when he gets in there as well. This shit could get tense. He better be careful.
George Gleekus, he's the cat that owns that appliance store where that second can landed. Run his ass too.
The supply store. Is that other Greek or Russian? I'm not sure if he's Greek or Russian. That guy that Ziggy was just discussing business with. Is that who they're talking about there? Because it looks like he has a supply store.
I just saw a can disappear.
Talco line?
Bakusa working it?
It's him. Do we try to follow?
We know where it's going, right?
Good point. They don't even need to trail them anymore. Just wait at a warehouse.
What do you want us to do with it?
See if it arrives.
And if it does?
See what happens then.
Burke and Carver are not enjoying their surveillance detail.
We're not really respected.
Yeah, there's a reason for that, mate. It's because you're a fucking waste man. Carver is also a fucking waste man. And even though he was less of a waste man than you, he used that small part of intelligence he has over you to snake the whole division last season. So yeah, for the time being, you're window watching, mate.
Jeez, I make a long-distance call to Hyattsville. I need 3 forms and a lieutenant's approval.
Yes. Agent Ernest Kutrus, please.
That's that FBI power, McNulty.
The guy struck me as just a mope playing a slick. Yeah, if you want, I can send you what I got. All right.
I think this is the guy that's in on it. Because he looked really worried they'd inquired about that guy, and now he's instantly making a secondary call after telling them not to worry.
We need to talk.
Yeah. Okay, so he's the double agent. Well, at least it's not Beatrice. I knew it had to be as if it was someone we'd met yet, Beatrice, but I'm taking it this is the guy who's both working for the police and the Greeks.
Run up and down the street, take tag numbers from cars. Hold up on it. Come on. Again.
At least the Greeks are the first people to think like, here, check out the cars directly in front of the building, because, 9 out of 10 times they would catch them undercover detectives in that scenario.
Got you, we got your guns, we got the whole fucking story.
Have they got the guns? Fuck, they do have the guns.
You know what's in there, don't you? That's you. Right there. Fucking up.
Don't tell me fucking Bodie's gonna fucking have to go jail now as well. This is gonna be some hard shit to get away with a charge from.
That's you right there.
Lawyer.
That is fucked. I just hope that's not the murder weapon. I hope it's not the murder weapon. Because forensics can trace an individual round to a barrel. So I just hope it wasn't Bodie, because that's gonna fuck his head up if he did that.
We've been running only clean containers.
Yes. And no one watches, no one follows, no one stops anything.
And we changed the warehouse phone.
Mm-hmm.
Well, a day or two more. And we are back to business.
Is that all the Greek thinks? Is that really all he thinks?
The Colombians, I think. They take our chemicals and pay less than promised. And down there, I understand everyone is a terrorist now.
So, wow, there's so many nationalities coming into it. Just at this table, there's Greeks and an Israeli, and they're selling those cocaine chemicals directly to the Colombians to process their cocaine. And then I heard mention of a Russian. This shit is fucking everywhere just now. And then we got Ukrainian chicks and Russian chicks and shit in the escorts. This is a multinational show. Allow me to bring my Scottishness to the table. Hello, Mr. Greek. Can I have some vodka? Why is your henchman putting a knife to my neck?
Recognize that voice?
That's the man from the warehouse phone, right? That's the same guy?
Same guy. New number.
New number has been acquired. Okay, they are back on the hunt now.
Listen, I think I can get an advance on this. I got some expenses right now.
Oh, fucking hell. I do not know why Ziggy just keeps digging a hole for himself, but oh, he's a master at it.
It ain't enough that I gotta be the one thinking this whole shit through. That I gotta be one looking out for this shit and that shit, checking up on this, making sure this shit is done. No, that's not enough, nah.
So Bodie got bailed, shit.
I'm the one that's gotta take that responsibility. And y'all are leaving me very, very little to work with right now.
Hold up,
Stringer. Nah, that's a very simple thing, my nigga, very simple.
You don't really see Stringer get angry like this, shit.
You throw the guns in the water. Splash.
It was such a simple thing to do. They fucked up so bad dropping it on the boat.
Nah, they fucked up when they told me my prints was on one of them guns, right? And I wiped them shits down myself. And the one they said was mine wasn't even. And if they would have had anything past my name, they would have kept me, right?
Now I'm worried for Bodie. If Stringer could replace Bodie right now, I think in a heartbeat he would have him killed and replaced. We know Bodie's a soldier. Stringer surely at this point knows Bodie's a soldier. He fucking killed Wallace for him. He's never snitched about nothing. He fired off on a cop, punched him straight in the face and shit, and ran away from Newvie. I hope Bodie doesn't get killed like another Wallace or D'Angelo, because he is solid. He's like a young weebie in his solidity of like not talking or communicating with police. So like the worst he can ever do is incriminate himself by doing some dumb shit.
Nicky Sabatka, living the life. Who fucking knew, huh? So how much you looking for?
So that's White Mike, yeah.
4 each.
4? I wholesale for 5, man.
I don't know. They told me you was gonna be straight with it, so.
He's already getting a fucking 20% discount on the G-Packs.
I want to know it wasn't your people dropped that body over on Poteet Street the other night, you know?
Did he have hands? Did he have a face? Yes?
What?
Then it wasn't us.
Wow. That's a terrifying statement. Did he have hands? Did he have a face? Then it wasn't us. Jesus Christ. And they got that shit recorded. That is some creepy shit.
The fuck is that?
It's a man's purse. European men like yourself sometimes carry one.
What a fucked up stereotype. That ain't no fucking British shit. Maybe in like Italy or something. Now I'm giving Italians a bad name. There'll be Italians watching this going, hey, fucking don't bring us into it. Like, you know, some people do and some people don't. It's not a European thing, right? I see lots of American men with them man bags. Fuck, all the rappers have them nowadays. Shit. That police guy over in San Diego, was it? Knows the Greek directly. I like how they chose to not give us that conversation, they just gave us the background noise. That was a clever editing choice to keep us guessing as to the exact details of that conversation. There's a few things that could go bad this episode, like McNulty could get his wire found out, Frank could get killed. Anytime Frank gets led somewhere just now, I assume the Greeks are gonna just kill him.
It's in there somewhere. Run it!
What the fuck are they doing?
Same consistencies to all the barrels. Nothing else in there, really.
Nothing but the pigments.
What the fuck were they scanning that whole thing for? I thought that guy was working with the Greek. I was very confused with that scene.
All them times I told him that he needed to do more for D'Angelo. And what happened?
He fell for that. He fell for you.
What a manipulative piece of shit.
We got a weak product, and we holding on to prime real estate with no muscle. I don't got Weebay. Stinker. Bird.
Avon's the guy that can get the muscle. Is that why Stringer's trying to convince her to do?
As long as them towers are still standing. I am too.
Or is he just trying to ask her to talk to Avon about him working with Prop Joe? Oh wow. Now don't get distracted, McNulty, we know what you are fucking like.
Mr. Cromwell.
I'll take 3, 7, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6 and 8. Thanks.
Son of a bitch.
Oh wow, very clever. I still don't understand exactly what this guy's motivation is for doing this to Frank, but I will say that someone's just been fucked. And I don't mean McNulty.
Baltimore police.
What do you want?
To lock your ass up.
Oh fuck. Bunk.
2 more in the back.
Come on, ladies.
I take it that older lady was Eve. Well, I don't know if I can show what happened in that scene on YouTube, but Bunk and Greggs just walked in on McNulty getting cowgirl fucked by one of the 2 girls and he just said you're late. That was absolute gold. I mean, I was joking about McNulty actually doing stuff to the chicks last episode. He legit just did. That is so fucking funny. I'm gonna need to get back into this next scene to concentrate now. Sprung me through a loop, all them ladies. And then the comedy.
You try to interview them? See if any will roll?
Not while the taps are up. Better let them think it was a random raid and see what gets said on the wire today.
Good point. Yeah, because they're way more likely to get on the phones after they get released and discuss shit.
What about Frank Sabatka? I'm not hearing his name in here anywhere.
The union may be involved in the smuggling, but we're not getting a sense that it goes past that.
This is about Frank Sabatka.
Valchek is adamant.
Patience, Stan. I'm sure if they bring in
You
the
owe
case...
me on this, Irv.
You asked for a detail, I gave you a detail.
Valchek, this isn't the right time to be petty, bro.
Fucking rat fuckers, all of you. This is my case. Mine!
Oh no, he's gonna use all the power he has to make this case difficult for them now.
And for muscle. He's saying he's sending us the best he can find. Brother Mouzone.
I don't know who that is. Have we seen these people before?
Coming down to work on retainer. for as long as we need.
Brother Muzon.
Yep.
I don't think Stringer will like that because he's just struck up that deal with Prop Joe. If this dude from New York is any way loyal to Avon, he'll notice what's going on and go and tell Avon. And also, if this guy's as serious as he's obviously got a reputation the way they were talking about it in that room, Stringer might be even scared of this guy. Who knows?
Avon gotta send up word, wait for word to come back, set up a price, talk to Brother Muzon, set up the whole shit, and that's like a week or maybe 2. And by that time, your people's gonna be in the towers. And if the money's right, then that is what it is.
If Stringer was in any way smart, he would have came to this meeting saying, look, we're gonna have to cancel this thing. This is gonna cause an absolute war at some point now. Avon ain't gonna be long out. He'll find out everything. What a snake Stringer Bell turned out to be. Who's this dude? We haven't seen this guy before. Well, I don't know who that guy was. I'm assuming he was the Muscle that Avon sent up from New York. He doesn't look much like Muscle, but oi, looks can be deceiving. And that was episode 9 of season 2, Straight Rounds, and I will be back in just a minute with my thoughts on that. So, Stray Rounds, what did I think of that? There's actually a few things in this episode which I found somewhat confusing. I understand that the Greek knows a high-up police officer, and I think it was San Diego, that other guy, who I believe was also Greek. This guy came, but then they had a conversation with a Greek which they didn't give us the dialogue to, and then we found him demanding Frank show him a specific cargo container on the docks, and it was full of dope or cocaine or whatever underneath the layer of paint. I wonder what that guy's motivation was. Or is he and the Greek trying to fuck over Frank? They were saying they had a problem with the Colombians and the price, so was it something spiteful they were doing to the Colombians? I just have zero idea as to what that plot thread meant. If you know in the comments, it's because you've watched the show. This episode was purposely quite mysterious about it all, so don't tell me because the show's going to tell me in one of the next few episodes, I'm assuming. The other thing that was confused me was who that guy was at the end. Like I said, I can only imagine he's been a dude that's been sent up from New York, but he's one man. Unless they're introducing us to another Omar level badass here, what can one man really do for Muscle? And then Stringer kind of fully showed his hand this episode. I've been speculating the last few episodes about Stringer's loyalty to Avon and that he might eventually try and get him killed or something. He not only did the deal with Prop Joe, he's going to continue doing the deal with Prop Joe even after Avon said no and is sending up Muscle, but he even discussed the fact that he would take him out if he could. What an absolute rat Stringer Bell has turned out to be. In season 1 as well, I genuinely didn't get that vibe from him. I thought he was like a very cool, calculated, loyal second in command. Unfortunately, the loyalty part of his character is an absolute fucking lie. He's the most disloyal dude in this show, so covert and sneaky with his actions. And I hope Prop Joe takes note of that. You know, he got into business with Avon probably in a similar way as he's sitting down and starting to get into business with Prop Joe during this episode. If Prop Joe's smart and he doesn't strike me as an idiot, he will know that like Stringer's a disloyal cunt that will snake him the first chance he gets. If you were Prop Joe, you would do this deal with Stringer, get them towers, and then get Stringer shot. Why the fuck do you want to be working with that dude? Plus you've already got 50% of his towers, then you can kill him and get the other 50%. You've got Muscle. He ain't even got Muscle just now. The way literature works, this dude is fucking getting his comeuppance. There's no hope about it. As a writer, you don't write someone to be this big of a piece of shit and allow them to ride off into the sunset because it leaves an unscratched itch to the viewer. So at some point, this dude will get found out for how much of a fucking rat he is, and hopefully dies for it. But yeah, like I said, this is probably going to be seasons yet I'm going to have to watch this guy operate like an absolute fucking snake. I just hope he doesn't kill Avon. I hope Avon's smart enough to avoid it. Like, Avon was always smarter than D'Angelo on that level. D'Angelo was the more rounded human, but Avon is geared towards this life. He'll know know, he's not stupid. I mean, I've speculated on it, but deep down he must know somewhere there was a possibility that D'Angelo's death was not accidental already. Like, if he's any sort of smart leader, and he struck me as such a smart leader so far, he would not expect this, but foresee it as a potential possibility, and I hope that awareness gives him the spider sense to evade any sort of assassination attempt. We've already seen that Stringer can get people killed inside a jail. Let's hope the same thing doesn't happen to Avon and Avon's ready. Remember this, Avon's golden gloves, brother. You come at him, you better fucking kill him first time. Cause I'll tell you what, if it was Avon instead of D'Angelo in that boot room, as soon as he got that fucking rope around his neck, he would have been throwing the most powerful punches he could over his shoulder at that guy's nose, like creating a fucking little bit of enough confusion to get that shit from around his neck, and then he would have just pieced him up. I hope Avon does that to his assassin. Fucking take these hands, bitch. Regardless, this episode is just setting up so many things that could come to a head. We also saw this other shit. Like, Ziggy is such a fucking waste, man. He had a chance to redeem himself them last 2 episodes, being in the bar with a duck, and yes, he was getting a duck to drink, but I was hoping that wasn't going to be pursued into a more serious storyline, and it fucking was. They killed the fucking duck. This show is ruthless, do you know what I mean? And then for some reason that caused Ziggy to like turn into a solo hustler the next day when he sobered up after punching Nikki for some reason, like it was Nikki's fault the duck died, do you know what I mean? And yeah, now he's trying to do this thing with the cars, and he asked for an advance. This dude just cannot not create scenarios that can potentially absolutely ruin his life. So sooner or later it's gonna happen, and I just don't like the idea of this car thing. Like, something's gonna fuck up with this car shit next episode, I feel. And then going right back to the start, what a depressing start, like a stray round just killing that kid. Horrible to see. And on top of that, you know, the fact that Bodhi didn't manage to drop the pistols in the water and it just so happened to land on a shipping, a cargo ship. That's just so fucked. I mean, the police must have been lying, you know, when he asked him which gun was his and shit, and he said he wiped his prints, so I suppose on some level, he must have gotten away with it if he got out, do you know what I mean? What he said to Stringer was true. If they had anything more than his name, he would have been held. So hopefully that's the end of that, but still, it creates another, like, fuck up. Bodhi's fucking up just now, and Stringer's taking more and more control as Avon is in jail. I mean, Bodhi's a couple fuck-ups away from becoming another Wallace. Like, regardless of how solid he is, it's not about his solidity as a non-snitch at this point, it's about his validity as a worker. And if he's doing a lot of waste man, unnecessary shit that's bringing attention to the operation, you're just as killable as someone who's an informant. If you're not just as killable as someone who's an informant, click like. Subscribe to the channel if you would like to see more videos like this, and ring the bell to be notified when they are dropping. If there's anything you want to talk about from anything we just watched, anything you want me to watch in future, or just shoot the shit, comment down below and share this around to anybody you think might appreciate it or want to watch this series along with us. My Patreon link is in the description. If you become a patron, you get access to exclusive polls and posts, you get access to these reactions I put on YouTube about a month and a half in advance, and you also get access to my full-length reactions. So everything I put on YouTube is an edited version of my full-length version, which is also on the Patreon. You need your own copy of the show to sync that up, but then as soon as they're synced, bang, it's like we're chilling, watching The fucking Wire. So consider becoming a patron, it helps me and the channel out so much, and until next time, I have been BA, peace.